Welcome. You are at the CCC.
Where there are no outside issues. God damn it. My name is Jordan. I'm an addict, always trying to make good choices.
Yes, and I'm LouiLou, or Louis. My pronouns are he and him. I'm a recovered for crystal meth and alcohol, and I'm always in search of balance. Yes, and each week we strive to foster a brave space so we can engage in conversations centered around topics of recovery.
Yes, and our intention is to hold and inspire better spaces for more people in recovery by tackling issues used to separate us.
Yes, but before we do that, please like, share, comment, or subscribe to this to the podcast. And I was going to say not just this episode. Yes.
Right, 5 stars at least.
Yes.
Something like that.
And now the disclaimer. The thoughts and opinions expressed on At the CCC are ours alone, and we do not represent anyone but ourselves. In other words, we're just a couple of friends behind a mic here to entertain you. And of course, everything we talk about is for general information purposes only.
Very general.
Hi again.
Hi.
Oh my God, it's like we're back again, and again, Anthony's not here.
The two of us.
Hey. Absolutely.
I mean, 3 of us.
I know, exactly. It's like a bad disease or something. I'm all of a sudden I start scratching. Oh, wait, Michael's here again. Hi, Michael.
Hi, my name is Michael M., and I'm in recovery for drugs and alcohol, and I'm always searching for the meat in the lasagna.
The meat and lasagna.
Wow.
He looks for the meat and lasagna at meetings a lot.
Wow. I didn't know you love Italian so much.
I am Italian.
He's Italian. It's like, well, what's the matter, you?
Yeah, forget about
Forget about it. How are you, Jordan?
I'm good. No complaints.
You're looking good.
Oh my God! It's like what? All of a sudden the lights went low and dim, and then the sexy music starts saying, "Boom,
I
chicka,
take
wow,
tips.
wow."
I take tips.
Oh, just the tip.
Just a tip.
No, bills.
Oh, okay, right on.
Yeah.
And I have a phone bill, a light bill.
Oh my gosh. And Louis, how are you?
You know, I am good. I'm really just happy to be here
You
with y'all.
don't look good.
Oh God!
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Well, good thing we're on the red. We're,
I know you have a face for
a
radio.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has a face for radio.
With this one here, it's like, okay, for anybody listening, I want you to know I absolutely love Michael. And I love you too, Jordan.
Thank you.
But with Michael, my tools have to be sharpened all the time because
And now for the disclaimer.
yeah, I have to be ready. It's like I'm all because it's like yeah.
This conversation may cause diarrhea.
Oh my goodness.
So let's talk about let's move on to tonight's topic.
Ooh, what is tonight's topic?
Relapse and shame, starting over or starting again. And you know, in the past,
Seems pointed.
in the past we've talked. Yeah, I know exactly.
Right.
We've definitely talked about relapse,
Definitely.
before. But I feel like one of the reasons why we were looking at this topic is
Because you both.
Yes.
no.
We're frequent flyers.
Because if you go back and you listen to past topics, the benefit of having Jordan here and his experience is bringing attention to sometimes, you know, I've been sober. I've been sober for a while, and sometimes it's easier for me to
deep, dark
Excuse me,
depths.
hold on. It's easy for me to overlook certain things or to not take a certain point of view, and you know, and I think that's the benefit of that. So it's like that's why we were talking about that.
Okay.
So I want to talk to you about like both of y'all relapsing and coming back. What was that like?
What's it like?
Oh my God. Now, what was that like?
No. It's
It sucks.
I mean, it does suck. Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks like it sucked the first time. It sucked the second time. It sucked the third time. It just sucks, you know?
Yeah.
Like ownership and standing in your truth and raising your hand is probably the heaviest thing to raise in the air.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, and I think that's based around fear, guilt, shame, you know, like I didn't succeed, you know, I failed, you know, it's that admittance, you know, to like being human and not having the ability, because really like we all come in here with the idea that we're done and that we're going to do this. And when you don't quite do what you set out to do, it's like, you know, like, why should I bother even doing this? Because if I can't, I'm not going to be able to do this. Like, it's just too tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, similarly, I think it's shame, it's guilt, this idea that you failed, this idea that I have to start over right? Counting days at 0, right? Or
Yeah.
and for me, like I stopped raising my hands at meetings because I was just like, it's so, to me, it's so shameful to myself. I beat myself up by myself enough that I don't necessarily need everybody else around me to like comment or like ask for add support in air quotes.
They make the statement, this is not meant to embarrass you, but we would just like to get to know you better. But it's like every time they go around the room and you raise your hand, the whole front of the room turns around to look, and you're like, and then, you could overhear somebody be like, oh, her again, like I just, and here's the thing. We're not supposed to be, what is the word? Judgmental, but I mean, like,
But who says?
I mean, we're in gay AA. It happens.
Okay,
I mean, like everybody's like, we're here for the newcomer.
No, I hear that. Like I hear that and I understand. But like the thing that I'm learning now, where I'm
judgmental.
No, I'm completely judgmental. But I think, and I was kind of getting at this the last time. We come in and there's these unspoken things that we believe, like this is how we should be. We should all be spiritual. But the reality for me is, I'm not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect.
And the thing about it also is that I think it comes from an uncomfortable place. The judgment comes from an uncomfortable place. The shame comes from an uncomfortable place. But I've also learned that there's strength in perseverance, and there's strength in acknowledging when I've made a mistake or when I've fucked up. And really that is where the growth and like the championship comes from, because you're like, oh my God, like I had the ability, I did this once, I can do it again, and I will prevail.
And both of you have experienced multiple like relapses.
Yes.
No. No, you just said it. You just said,
I know,
oh my God. No, but
Why did I come here?
no, but what I'm saying is what I'm asking is
What
like,
did that look? What did that feel like?
No.
Yes.
You
it's true.
based on what you were saying and how tough. Based on what you were saying, like, what was it that made it okay for you to come back? Because
I'd say that this last time I wasn't going to come back, because I don't think that I fully wanted to acknowledge the fact that I'd relapsed. I was really, really, really holding on to this fact that I chose not to be sober anymore, and I chose not to be in recovery, and that was my decision. So why would I acknowledge a relapse when I didn't acknowledge the fact that I I had relapsed. Like I was just not, like why would I want to raise my hand and admit to coming back if I was not admitting the fact that I had actually relapsed?
where was the shift? How long was it? How long were you here this time before you shifted that thinking?
When I came back just now?
Yeah.
No, it was when I raised my hand that I knew, and when I picked up my first chip, because with acknowledging my progress, I have to acknowledge my failure. And so like, if I'm going to now count days and I'm going to start acknowledging my progress and my my sobriety markers, I have to acknowledge the fact that I fucked up, and that is where the truth comes in. 'Cause you're like, I now have to, if I'm going to stand in my truth and acknowledge my success, I have to really, like, saying it out loud to acknowledge it's saying that I had failed.
No, exactly.
Because the first time that I got 30 days, I was like, I hadn't said, oh, I'm sober again. I have not made any announcement to anybody that I've decided to get sober. But that first day that you want to let everybody know that you made 30 days, and I want to let people know I'm succeeding, was the day that everybody was going to find out that I had relapsed. And I mean, like, not just, I mean, everybody, my close friends around me had already known that, but I mean, like, on a larger scale, standing in my truth, acknowledging my failure,
Interesting.
You said that you had people that you made a blood pact with. Are you mindful of the folks that you kind of gravitate towards?
For sure. Yeah. I think this idea that like when the times that I have relapsed, the people that need to know, and I'm comfortable with that. And sometimes I feel better with that just because being in gay AA, I don't need everybody to know my business, because similarly, I know what I say in my head when so-and-so raises their hand again and again and again. And
say their name.
I know.
I'm just
Michael. And so what happens is like I'm putting so much extra judgment on myself that I choose to have one less stressor, especially coming back after a relapse, that I'm not going to do it.
Here's the thing. It's like, I think that if you look at my recovery, it's like I've had spans of non-clean time and I've had spans of clean time. I didn't come back and raise my hand every time I picked up, because like, that's fear. Like, I'm trying to minimize the amount of times that I raise my hand. So when I'm sober, I'm sober.
Yeah.
But when I'm not gonna get high and come back here tomorrow and raise my hand.
Right.
It's not, that's part of it for me.
Do you feel like you've lost that? You know how throughout all your sober time, do you feel like you've lost that?
I will tell you that as soon as I pick up, that bad behavior starts to happen again, and it takes me a little while to shake that off of me.
Yeah.
Because I start, acting in a way that's not sober, like the argumentative, the me, the low self-esteem, the self-hatred, the denial, like that all comes back. And it takes a while for me to shake that off. But once I start to, like that's where it gets a little bit easier. But, like I don't think that I lose my sobriety, because I've learned a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also have to say, if I can talk about my recovery right now, is that I feel like all the last times that I was sober was a lot different for me, because I've shared before that I've gotten through the steps, but I've always looked at them as homework and getting done tasks when I really didn't actually do the work. Like I was doing the step and going through the process of writing down all that stuff, but I really wasn't practicing the step. I wasn't living in the step. It wasn't changing me, because I was just getting it done because that was my homework for the day. This time around, it's been a lot different for me, because I've actually, the steps have worked in my life and they've changed me physically.
Yeah.
So I'd say that is what's different right now for me. Because if I had been working the steps, or I've been living the steps, I wouldn't have relapsed. What I'm saying? So like, I think that I feel very strong today in like what I'm doing and the possibility that I won't relapse, because I am actually working with a sponsor, living in the steps, practicing them every day, and, like being in recovery.
Right on.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like, this time around, I am like intentionally not counting days, because for the longest it would be like I hit day 30, I hit day 60, and I like, for whatever reason, want to self-sabotage or like get a confidence that I can go out for a day. And so like for me, not having that, like I need to prove to everybody else, right, that I'm doing it, right? I don't know, it just feels so much of a pressure off my shoulders.
Do you feel that, like, is that about you, or is that about other people?
100% about me.
Okay.
Right. But like, I think it does come from this like people pleasing thing that like I need to put on a good front, or I need to have the validation of other folks in order to appease myself.
Yeah.
And so trying to like not have that be a piece of my recovery right now, I think has put me in a more serene place.
And it works for you, huh?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Well,
I think it's a very harm reductive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how do you personally measure your progress that way? Because some people use days as a way to say,
in springtime.
Exactly.
Right.
But for you, it's like for you,
coffee.
Because you've made the decision to do that, which a lot of people do. There are a lot of people who don't count. Like there are times like I just plug in the date.
A lot of people that don't know how to count.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
They're like 2 shekels, 3 days, 4 pennies.
So have you thought about that, or do you think about that?
I haven't really thought about it. I know that my sponsor and I were like more so focused on like getting to 6 months.
Absolutely.
As the goal rather than getting to 30
So
days.
personally, your days. You just don't do and you don't.
Is there an
count.
X on the calendar?
I have a counter on my phone. I like intentionally try not to look at it.
Yeah.
It's still.
I mean, but you're not counting days. You're just taking one day at a time.
Do you collect chips?
I think that's what you're doing.
Yes, one day at a time. No.
Okay.
And
Except the one on your shoulder. No.
right, both shoulders. Yeah, I feel like counting or getting chips it just feels to me so like. I've heard the argument like it's not for me, it's for other people to see the progress that it can change.
You're very shy.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just.
Yeah, but also
this is
what
my
you're talking about, I understand it doesn't work with what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
You don't like a lot of attention.
I don't unless I do, right? But like, not yeah.
In a room with 5 guys, that's when, you like the
when
attention.
the less lights, the more attention I need, right? But with the lights on, no. No, yeah. I think it's just. I have a hard time taking compliments. I have a hard time accepting positive things.
We were all talking about your butt earlier, and you were like losing your mind. Huh?
So do I. I mean, like, I think that
Yeah,
comes
wait,
from-
what?
No.
This one's a drag queen. It's like, take my picture.
What's weird is that
That's my purse.
I'm actually an introverted person that's very introverted.
Okay.
I'm a person that is very outgoing, but inside very, very closed down.
Yeah.
Like, so I can get with that, but I would say that working on my self-esteem and working on my self-loathing and self-hatred and that embarrassment and stuff like that, and like comes with a lot of that I think that's probably been the biggest shift for me is once I've been able to get, I don't really care what all of these people think. I don't like, I did and I do, but I try to walk into this being like, this isn't for them. This is for me.
Absolutely. This is a beautiful place to be. Like, I feel like I'm a lot closer to, like, I'm in a place where it's like I do these things for myself. Like, I've been asking you all questions about your relapses or whatever, but I want you to know that relapse for me, I experienced it a lot before I came into the rooms, and it showed up in so many different ways. And now I feel like the struggles that I have are a little more nuanced because I relapse into bad behavior. I relapse into kind of addictive behavior because like I know for a fact that, me picking up, I relapse way before I pick up a drink or a drug. Mm-hmm. Like I relapse in my thinking, the way I think about stuff. Like you've been around, I go crazy. Like I've had moments where I just fall right back into behavior and then it becomes uncomfortable. Yeah. And it makes it difficult to live. And so it's like,
and I think that's even crazy because you're keen to it. You actually, like, at least when we're sober, you can at least like play it off that like I'm not in the right headspace, but that you're being an asshole.
Oh fuck yeah. No, I have a whole list of things. I have a whole litany of things that I do that I need to make sure that I do so that I don't fall back into that place. Yeah. And I can see when I'm starting like meeting with my sponsor, like just recently, like I've recommitted to meeting with my sponsor weekly, and being in the literature and also going to more meetings and not going home and climbing in bed to have the woman come over and flip me.
That woman's paid well.
Yeah, she does a lot of work.
She comes with that big spatula and turns.
Wow. It's like, come on. I don't feel so bad grilling you guys about your multiple relapses.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness. One spatula joke and she's all
bad. She gets all but her.
Absolutely.
So, you know what though? We would like to tell you over here at Relapse Anonymous that we care about you, and and we would like to know if you would like to feel what it feels like. We brought some drugs. We can handle this right now. We can go to a meeting in an hour. You raise your hand.
Oh my God.
Lord, I'll be there for you.
So. Do you feel like you gravitate, like, when you see someone else who is behind you, who is struggling the way that you may have in the past? Do you have a special kind of affinity for, like, do you find yourself wanting to kind of support them in the way that you need? Or are you able to be for them what you wanted somebody else to be for you.
I mean, like in hearing how Jordan feels, I feel like that way. But in a lot of times with other people that I see acting like me, I cringe a little bit because I'm just like, I don't want to tell you how I feel like the things are right now because that's me. You know, I think I sometimes allow people to find out for themselves.
Yeah.
Plus, I see a lot of myself in it, but it also helps me with like where I'm aiming to go in the future. Because I'm like, oh, that was me.
Yeah.
And they'll figure it out. But I mean, like, and there are also sponsors and people that are probably trusted to them that'll probably help. But I think that sometimes me trying to tell somebody like, listen, I was just, I mean, I don't know. If I feel comfortable, I can say, hey, I've gone through this, but a lot of times, especially in our circle of friends, I really don't, I try to keep my opinion to myself.
Yeah. Isn't it tough to kind of wait till someone comes to you because, you know, it's really, it's been really tough because
I hear the stress and I'm just like, oh baby, I just want to tell you that this don't look cute. But
yeah,
but you know what, that they figure it out.
the best advice I got is just love people.
Yeah.
You know, just love people, let them have their experience, let them have their humanity.
Yeah. Because also I don't want to push my experience on them because even though it looks like my experience, it can be something completely different.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
I don't know what's driving their experience either, but also I don't want to be a know-it-all. Like I want to say, hey, I hear what you're going through and it's rough, but like maybe we can just go to a meeting together or whatever.
Absolutely.
I think I used to like associate with folks who were newer. Because this whole idea of like
They smell good.
well, maybe, but this idea of like litter mates
like
and like, oh, we're gonna stick together, we're gonna get through this, right? And it's like, well, how much are they holding me down and I'm holding them down?
Oh yeah.
You know, and I think there was also this idea of like, oh, well, if they're newer than me, then like I can get out of my head and just focus on their BS when like I haven't even looked at mine, you know, and so then I get caught up in the drama. And
She has over 15 years, but she talks during the meeting.
And I'm on my phone. And I get up and go to the bathroom when somebody shares that I don't want to listen to.
Good example of what I don't want to do.
No, you know what? It works for me.
right.
It's like, it works for me. And if it bothers you when you see it, then talk to your sponsor.
Oh my goodness! Not to talk to you.
I love that. No. This is what I know to be true. Like what works for me, I cannot take what works for me and place it over you and have it work the same way. Mm-hmm. I think what happens is, and you mentioned it before, it's fear and insecurity. Early on, I used to have a problem when people would relapse around me because
I am all making noises.
I would have a problem with people who relapse around me because it wasn't about them relapsing. It's because I saw myself in them, and I had fear, and I wasn't comfortable in how I was doing things, and there was no proof that just because that this was going to happen to me. I didn't have any proof, so it's like once I did some work and got past that, and I realized, wait a minute. This is a disease. This is insidious. Like it's not a moral failing. It just is what it is. And for me, what I think is amazing and what I pay attention to is the people who keep coming back. Because that's not easy. It's not easy. It's, once it starts, like, because it's kind of like missing it, not going to meetings. Like if I stay away from meetings long enough, I don't want it because I can come up with everything else to do. Like I can paint my nails. I can brush my hair. I can do everything but what I need to do.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Definitely.
And I think I keep coming back because of this idea that the only desire, or the only how's the saying go? You only need a desire to stop using. Your requirement is a desire to stop using. Yeah. And I've held on to that as the only reason why to keep coming back. And because I don't know anything else. And there has been moments where it's like, is this insanity? Like I'm coming back to the same meeting, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Right? You know, that's
it's the same meeting, but it's also a different recovery. So it's like you have to take it as like this is a different adventure. It might be the same space, same thing, but it's like every opportunity to stay sober is a different experience because you can change how that looks for you.
Yeah.
You know? So like the meeting might be the same, the people at the meeting might be the same, but your outlook and perspective can change.
Yeah.
So like
I'm all, yeah.
I'd say that this experience has been completely different for me. My interactions and my relationships with people have changed. My relationship to the meeting has changed. My relationship to my recovery has changed. And so I think that's why I come back, because every time I do, it's a different experience, you know? You know, I think that I learn a little bit more about myself. I learn about what doesn't work for me. And I also learn about the places that I need to stay away from, like in my head and, you know, and in recovery.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
And the types of places and peoples and things, because unfortunately, there's a lot of toxic behavior that it just is. It's like, and I usually love to say I'm gonna love you from across the street, because it's not your responsibility to be good for me. I have to figure out how to be good for myself.
1,000 season AA.
Yeah.
Yours doesn't have to be the one next to mine.
Absolutely. I love that.
Well, no, and I think part of this idea that I think of it when I hear toxicity too is this idea that time on one camp, time is not a tool, and I've said this before, but time is used as a rationale for so many things, right? You can't have this service commitment without 2 years of sobriety. You can't do this. You can't have sex for a year. You can't touch nobody's penis for a year. You know, like, or like.
But those are not overall.
Gotcha.
You know what? Those are not overarching 12-step rules. Those are rules that individual groups make.
Yeah.
Right, but it carries over into, I think, the social construct
Social norm.
of
That's if you buy into that. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
exactly.
Is like I there's things that I take and there's things that I leave. And I think that when it comes to like, you know, I think that because of the drugs that I was doing, how connected it was to sex, in a way, people said, oh, it's important for you to abstain from sex because it's too triggering or whatever. But it's also not that reasonable, when the fact is that if I decide to be scared of sex, it's not going to be good for me either, because I have to learn to have some sort of safety around it. And like, I refuse as a sexual person to allow that to like, for me to, because I think that sometimes when you deny yourself of something, it also becomes toxic for you to
also, as you clear your mind of the drugs and alcohol, or whatever, and you get some more clarity. Like, I really feel like we find sponsors or folks that understand what we're needing to go through. And like with my sponsees, I don't care how much time we will have a conversation, because you come in as an adult. I'm not going to tell you not to, but we're going to talk about what it looks like if you aren't aware. Like they say, you know, we don't want to be the arbiter of anyone's sex conduct specifically, but you need to be the arbiter of your sex conduct. And if you're not able to be, and it's a problem, see, the challenge is like, I'm not needing to tell you what to do, but I'm wanting to help you to become aware that these are things that are issues. Yeah. And if you're struggling with somebody sharing that with you, there's another challenge there. Yeah. There's another challenge there. Maybe you're not ready for this. But I think that it's so easy to think that, oh, they're telling us what to do and judging this and whatever. And that's not the case. The case is we've forgotten what it looks like to have someone love us and be concerned about us, and not be concerned about us in a way that is selfish, you know, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that in 12-step that's not the case, because there are some people who are sniffing around looking for the meat in your lasagna.
Listen, I'm a safe and sober place for you,
as long as you're in between lasagna.
to sit your face.
Exactly. Yeah. So, oh, wow. Right on.
Look at that.
Wow.
So the Castro Country Club is a safe and sober community center for all people, and a refuge for the LGBTQ recovery community.
Except lasagna.
Yeah.
We provide programs and services that help change lives by supporting personal growth.
Our vision is to reduce the suffering of addiction by connecting people to community, opportunity, and support.
And you can find more information, including all the ways to contact us at www.castrocountryclub.org/podcast.
Yeah, and check out new episodes every Monday as they are dropped.
Thank
you for
Brandon.
joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I love this.
Yeah.
Good. Make good choices, everyone.
Booyah.